Ever wondered how you can lose fat and gain muscle simultaneously? It seems like a paradox, doesn't it? Well, let's dive into the physiology behind these processes. To unravel this seeming contradiction, we should first understand the basic principles of fat loss and muscle gain. Fat loss, in its simplest form, boils down to creating a caloric deficit. This means that you are burning more calories than you are consuming. Think of it as a scale. On one side we have the calories you consume, and on the other, the calories you burn. To tip the scale towards fat loss, you need to burn more than you consume. Muscle gain, on the other hand, is all about training. When you train, you're sending a signal to your body that says, hey, we need more muscle here. This signal, when paired with adequate nutrition and recovery, leads to muscle growth. Now you might be wondering, how does training for muscle growth look like? Well, the focus should be on hypertrophy, which is the process of increasing the size of your muscle cells. To stimulate hypertrophy, aim for sets of 6 to 12 repetitions, hitting each muscle group 1 to 2 times per week. These numbers are not set in stone, but they do provide a good starting point, but we're not stopping there. To maximize muscle growth, we can also incorporate advanced techniques into our training. Techniques like drop sets, supersets, and rest pause sets can be incredibly effective. They push your muscles beyond their comfort zone, further amplifying the muscle building signal. So to sum it up, losing fat requires a caloric deficit, while gaining muscle calls for smart, targeted training. It's a delicate balance, but with the right approach and understanding, it's entirely possible to achieve both goals simultaneously. So, understanding these physiological principles sets the foundation for our journey to simultaneous fat loss and muscle gain. Now that we understand the basics, let's talk about diet. How can it signal our body to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time? Picture this. Our bodies are like an intricate assembly line, and the food we consume acts as the raw material. A well-structured diet can direct this assembly line to produce lean muscle while shedding fat. And the key player here? You guessed it right. It's protein. Protein is not just a nutrient, it's a signaling molecule. Its primary role is to stimulate muscle growth. But the question is, how much protein do we need? Well, the answer lies in the concept of positive nitrogen balance. Our bodies require about 25 grams of protein for each gram of positive nitrogen. This ratio ensures that we have enough building blocks for muscle construction. But wait, there's more to it. We also need to consume 100 to 200 calories from non-protein sources. You may wonder why. Here's the deal. These non-protein calories help to fix the protein, meaning they assist the body in effectively utilizing the protein for muscle synthesis. Think of them as the supporting crew that ensures the star performer protein can deliver its best on stage. So, what's the take-home message here? To lose fat and gain muscle simultaneously, we need to consume adequate protein to stimulate muscle growth. And we can't forget about the extra 100 to 200 calories from non-protein sources to make sure that protein is used effectively. This isn't about going on a diet. It's about making smarter choices with what we eat. It's about understanding how food can act as a signal to our bodies to build muscle and burn fat. It's about using the science of nutrition to our advantage. Remember, your diet is key in signaling your body for fat loss and muscle gain. So let's make every bite count. Let's delve into the role of hormones: testosterone, insulin, GH, and thyroid hormones. They're more important than you might think. Now you might be wondering, what's the big deal with these hormones? Well, they're like the conductors of a symphony, orchestrating the body's processes to maintain the perfect balance, especially when it comes to muscle gain and fat loss. Testosterone, for instance, is a hormone that promotes muscle growth by enhancing protein synthesis, which is the process where cells build new proteins. This hormone also inhibits fat storage, making it an ally in our quest to lose fat and gain muscle simultaneously. Then we have insulin, a hormone that regulates our blood sugar levels. But let's not forget, insulin is also a powerful anabolic hormone, meaning it plays a crucial role in muscle growth. It helps shuttle amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, into muscle cells, fostering muscle growth. Next on our list is growth hormone, or GH, which aids in both muscle growth and fat loss. It stimulates the release of insulin-like growth factor 1, or IGF-1, a hormone that promotes muscle growth. At the same time, GH helps in breaking down fat for energy use, assisting in fat loss. And let's not forget about thyroid hormones, mainly T3 and T4. They help regulate metabolism, which in turn influences both muscle growth and fat loss. Now you might be thinking, great, I'll just take a bunch of these hormones and be on my way to a shredded physique. But hold your horses. Yes, supplementation of these hormones can aid muscle gain and fat loss. But it's not as simple as it sounds. Taking hormones in supraphysiological doses can have side effects, and they can be severe. These may include heart problems, liver damage, mood swings, and more. It's essential to remember that while these hormones can aid in our goals, they are not magic bullets and should be used responsibly, under medical supervision. So, hormones are another significant player in our quest for simultaneous fat loss and muscle gain, but we need to be aware of the potential costs. Finally, let's talk about training strategies. How can we target specific muscle groups without overtraining? You see, it's all about balance and precision. Yes, you want to push your body, but you don't want to push it to the point of exhaustion or injury. That's where strategic training comes into play. First off, it's important to understand that everyone's body responds differently to training. What works for one person might not work for another. This is especially true when it comes to simultaneous fat loss and muscle gain. For beginners, it's often possible to achieve both at the same time. This is because their bodies are not yet accustomed to rigorous exercise, and any increase in physical activity can lead to significant changes. However, as you become more experienced, your body adapts. It becomes more efficient, and thus, harder to change. That's why it's often more challenging for intermediates and advanced individuals to lose fat and gain muscle simultaneously. But don't lose heart. It's not impossible. It just requires a more strategic approach. One effective way to continue developing your physique is by alternating between bulking and cutting phases. During the bulking phase, you'll focus on building muscle. This involves consuming more calories than you burn, and engaging in strength training exercises. The goal is to stimulate muscle growth, even if it means gaining some fat. Once you've achieved your muscle gain goals, you switch to a cutting phase. This is where you'll aim to lose fat while maintaining as much muscle as possible. You'll need to create a caloric deficit, meaning you burn more calories than you consume. But remember, it's crucial to keep your protein intake high during this phase to preserve muscle mass. So you see, it's not about working harder, but smarter. It's about understanding your body, your goals, and how to effectively manipulate variables to achieve those goals. And while it might require some trial and error, with the right strategies in place, you can definitely make significant progress. So the right training strategies can make all the difference in achieving your goals. So, we've covered a lot today, haven't we? Let's quickly recap. We began our journey understanding the physiology behind fat loss and muscle gain. We discovered that a caloric deficit is vital for fat loss, while muscle growth requires specific training signals. This includes hypertrophy-focused workouts, training each muscle group 1 to 2 times per week, and employing advanced techniques. Next, we delved into the world of diet and how it signals our bodies. We learned that to gain muscle, we need an adequate protein intake, with roughly 25 grams of protein for each gram of positive nitrogen. Additionally, we need to consume between 100 to 200 calories from non-protein sources to fix the protein adequately. We then explored the significant role hormones play in our fitness journey. Testosterone, insulin, growth hormones, and thyroid hormones all contribute to a positive nitrogen balance. Using supplementation can aid in muscle gain and fat loss. But remember, while these hormones work, using them in supraphysiological doses can have side effects. We also touched upon SARMs, which comes with its own set of costs and benefits. Finally, we discussed training strategies that target specific muscle groups while avoiding overtraining. This approach allows for muscle gain even in a caloric deficit. We also noted that while beginners may achieve simultaneous fat loss and muscle gain naturally, the task becomes more challenging for intermediates and advanced individuals. For them, alternating between bulking and cutting phases can be a more effective approach for overall physique development. As we wrap up, remember that the journey to simultaneous fat loss and muscle gain is complex. It requires a deep understanding of your body, a strategic diet, hormone regulation, and effective training strategies. But with knowledge and dedication, it's within your reach. Remember, the journey to simultaneous fat loss and muscle gain is complex, but with knowledge and dedication, it's within your reach. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fitness tips and tricks. Stay strong and keep pushing.